Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm the Gamesplainer Jeff, and today I'm gamesplaining Betrayal at House on the Hill. In Betrayal at House on the Hill, you are this character just here, or one of the other many characters that are available. You are shown by this miniature over here, or that one if you're the girl. Your character card has 4 sets of numbers, or statistics on them. Speed, might, sanity and knowledge. This card is split into 2 sides. On your left is your physical side, might and speed. On your right is your mental side, sanity and knowledge. If you need to do a roll for one of your skills, what that means is you take the number of dice that this little coffin-shaped marker is pointing at. So for example, if you need to do a knowledge roll, you would take 4 dice and roll. You're trying to roll the number or higher of whatever number is referred to on the rule that tells you need to do a roll. Notice that they all start pointing at the green numbers. Your speed, in this case speed 3, tells you that this character can move through 3 rooms in any one turn. That's the breakdown of this card. It looks scary, it's not. Whenever you have to reduce or add on to one of your skills, all that looks like is moving the coffin-shaped marker up or down 1 number. You'll notice that that number doesn't always change as you move up or down. So if I'm on, say, might 4 and I'm told to add a might, I'll move that up. I'm still might 4, but I've moved my marker further up the track, which means that if might gets taken away from me later on, I won't actually lose that number because I come back to a number 4 again. The bottom number, or underneath the bottom number on each card, is a little skull. If you hit that skull, you're dead. Fortunately for you, in the first half of the game, it's impossible to die. So if you have your skill reduced to 1 and you have to reduce it again, you just simply don't reduce it any further. We are working cooperatively at the beginning of the game. We're all working together to discover as much of this house as possible. The way we do that is we move through doors. So you'll see there are doors and doors. So the first turn might look like moving 1 into that and then going through a door. What those cards look like is, here's one. This card does nothing. This is just a room that you're going to move through if you open that one up. If he then chooses to go a 3rd step and go through this door here, if this room's opened up, notice there's only 1 door on this one. It has to be the door that he walks through. But when I place it that way, there's a door here that's not going to match up to anything. That's okay. If he walked into a room that had 2 doors in it, he would need to line up the 2 doors with the 2 doors already present in the house. He wouldn't be allowed to set it that direction. So if there's a door available to go to adjoin another door, you have to do that. Otherwise, it's okay just to place it wherever. So in that manner, you're going to discover the house between all of you together. Just gradually putting cards down. Whenever you walk into a room that has a little icon in that bottom right hand corner, you will need to stop. Until you find a room like that, you can continue moving until you run out of speed. Each of those icons in the bottom corner tell you to do something slightly different. They are referring to these cards down here. So the little swirly symbol of the room that the guy's currently on means an event. That marking there means an item, and that one there means an omen. Each of these cards works very similarly to each other with slightly different results. So the events are part of the story. There's usually a story at the top that you'll follow through, and then you're going to roll some dice against one of your skills. So in this case, a sanity roll. You'd look at your sanity number. He's got sanity 6, so he would roll 6 dice. The result of the dice is in this column here. So whatever the added up number of all the dice is, that's what's going to happen. Once you work it out, so say it's 2 to 3, these little lines here are what will happen if you roll a 2 or a 3 added up amongst all of your dice. Items are very similar, but you get to choose when or if to use them. You carry with them. Usually they'll add to your skill. So in this case, gain a sanity. The next line down is usually lose that sanity if you lose the item. So you'd actually put this next to you and add on to your sanity mark, push that up one line. Then there's also another dice roll at the bottom, which when you choose to make that, and you can make that roll once per turn usually, including the turn when you picked it up. Usually there's a good thing that happens if you roll high and a bad thing that happens if you roll low. This language here, 5+, it's a little bit RPG, but it literally means 5 or more on the combined dice roll of however many dice you've rolled. And then there's the omens. Once again, they might give you a item or a person or something that will allow you to add to your skills, in this case sanity and knowledge. But at the bottom of every omen card it says this: make a haunt roll now. What that means is you're going to take 6 dice, look around the table and count the number of cards that are present that have that little symbol on them, and then on those 6 dice, if you roll that number or higher, the haunt has not started. If you roll lower than that number, the haunt starts. I'll talk about the haunt in the next video, but that is the essence of Betrayal at House on the Hill. Remember, you are all working together at the beginning to discover as much of the house as possible. Some of the cards will have some extra writing on the bottom or in the middle of it. Some stop you from crossing over, some will change your ability levels. Whenever there's writing on a card, have a look at it. It's fairly self-explanatory of what will happen with that. The way up to the upper level is via the stairs just here, and they'll cost you 1, so it'll be 1, 2, 3 to get to there, then through a door obviously. This is the basement here. The way down to the basement is via 2 cards that will arrive somewhere on the ground level, and they will have writing on them when they arrive. Once you're in the basement, you need to find one of the 2 cards that will allow you to get out of the basement. So be very careful about falling into the basement or going into the basement. You may be stuck down there for a while. That's all I have for part 1 of this video. Remember, you're all working together to discover the house, discover as much of the house as possible, because you simply don't know who is going to be the betrayer when we actually do get to the haunt. If you have any comments, please comment below. If you have any games you would like Gamesplaned, please email me at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram to see what games I'm playing. And until next time, go on and watch part 2. And enjoy gaming.